Thank you everyone. Today I discuss about measurement of specific latent heat. The amount of heat required to change the state of unit mass of a substance at constant pressure and temperature is called specific latent heat of that state change for that substance. Say take unit mass of any substance, and at constant pressure and temperature change its state. That means change one state from the another state of that unit mass. Then some amount of heat will be involved at that state change. This amount of heat is known as specific latent heat of that substance for that state change. Must be when you mention the specific latent heat, must you mention what state change it is and for which substance. Must you have to mention the state change and the name of the substance. Specific latent heat is measured by the formula unit of heat involved in that state change divided by mass of the substance. Specific latent heat is indicated by L. So L is equal to H heat by M mass. Now the SI unit. What will be the unit? Must be its unit depends on the heat of the unit of heat and unit of mass. SI unit of heat is joule and SI unit of mass is kilogram. So it will be joule per kilogram. CGS unit. Unit of heat is calorie and mass is gram, so it will be calorie per gram. Now if you simplify this formula, what you get? Then you get H is equal to M into L. H equal to M into L. That means heat gain or heat loss for the time of state change is measured by the formula M into L. That means mass into specific latent heat. This is the formula for measuring the heat loss or heat gain at the time of state change. At the time of temperature change, we measure the heat gain or heat loss H equal to M into S into delta T, where M is the mass, is the specific heat into change in temperature. Now the specific latent heat of melting or fusion of ice. In SI system, its value is 336,000 joule per kg or 3.36 into 10 to the power 5 joule per kg. And in CGS system, it is 80 calorie per gram. Now question is, what is the meaning of these two statements? First you have to discuss about 80 calorie per gram. What is the meaning of it? It means that 1 gram of ice at 0 degrees centigrade absorbs 80 calorie heat to convert into 1 gram of water at 0 degrees centigrade. That means here the 80 calorie per gram, that means 1 gram of ice is converted to 1 gram of water at 0 degree centigrade. It is also at 0 degree centigrade. That means 1 gram of ice at 0 degree centigrade absorbs 80 calorie heat to convert 1 gram of water at 0 degree centigrade. Here the temperature is constant, must be the pressure will be 1 atmospheric pressure. This is the meaning of it. And now what is the meaning of this? And also is a kilogram. So in place of kilogram it will be in place of gram it will be kilogram. 1 kilogram of ice at 0 degree centigrade absorbs this amount of heat, 3 into 36 into 10 to the power 5. This amount of heat, this joule of heat is absorbed to convert into 1 kg of water at 0 degree centigrade. This is the meaning of heat. Here the mass is kilogram, so you have to take gram. In place of gram it will be 1 kilogram. Here the heat is 3.36 into 10 to the power 5 joule, so you replace 80 calorie by 3.36 into 10 to the power 5 joule. Now, which is the more efficient for cooling the substance? Water bodies, here it is. Why? The ice is better cooling agent than water, as both are at 0 degree centigrade. What is the meaning of it, or why? Before it, you have to know already 0 degree centigrade ice must be 1 gram. 1 gram of 0 degree centigrade ice absorbs what 80 calorie heat to convert 1 gram of water at 0 degree centigrade. So 1 gram of water have 80 calorie heat more than 1 gram of ice. Or other hand, we can say 1 gram of ice at 0 degree centigrade have 80 calorie less amount of heat than 1 gram of water at 0 degree centigrade. As ice has less amount of heat than same amount of water at 0 degree centigrade, then must be ice absorbs ice can absorb more amount of heat from the another hot body. So ice is the better coolant as compared to water at same temperature. Those are better cooling agent which has less amount of heat in it. To produce ice at 0 degree centigrade, 80 calorie heat are to be withdrawn from each gram of water at 0 degree centigrade. So certain amount of ice has less heat content than the same quantity of water, even if both are at 0 degree centigrade. So ice can absorb more amount of heat than equal amount of water at same temperature. So this will be that means ice will be the better coolant. Now another is the water bodies such as lakes, seas, etc. do not freeze suddenly. It takes a longer time to freeze. Why? When water freezes to ice, then water liberates heat, latent heat, to convert into ice. And how much amount of heat is liberated? 80 calorie heat per gram of water liberates 1 gram of water at 0 degree centigrade liberates 80 calorie heat to convert into ice. That means here 0 degree centigrade 1 gram water liberates how much? 80 calorie heat to, or in SI system it is the 33600 joule liberates how much? 80 calorie heat to convert into 0 degree centigrade 1 gram ice. Or in other word, if you consider in SI system, then every kilogram, that means 1 kilogram of water liberates that amount of joule heat, that means 336,000 joule heat to the atmosphere, as the specific latent heat of freezing of water is this. So as that amount of heat per kilogram is liberated to atmosphere, so atmosphere makes warm and slows down the process of freezing. Now another example, so that means another state change, the latent heat of vaporization. What is the latent heat of vaporization? Specific latent heat of vaporization of water. What is the definition? Specific latent heat of vaporization of water is the amount of heat required to change unit mass of water at 100 degree centigrade into the steam at 100 degree centigrade. That means amount of heat is required to convert unit mass of water at 100 degree centigrade to steam at 100 degree centigrade. That means this is unit mass of water at temperature is 100 degree centigrade is converted into steam at 100 degrees centigrade. Then some amount of heat is required. This amount of heat is known as specific latent heat of vaporization of water. Its value in SI unit, its value is 2.26 into 10 to the power 6 joule per kg, and in CGS system its value is 540 calorie per gram. Now again question is, what is the meaning of this statement? The specific latent heat of water, latent heat of vaporization of water is 2.26 into 10 to the power 6 joule per calorie. What is the meaning of it? Here very easy, it is the 1 kilogram, the unit of mass is kilogram. 1 kilogram of water at 100 degree centigrade must be, it will be the boiling point of water at standard pressure. Pressure also remains at standard pressure. This 1 kilogram of water absorbs this amount of heat. Here it is already given, this amount of heat, that means 2.26 into 10 to the power 6 joule of heat energy to convert into 1 gram of steam. That means 1 gram of water, temperature is 100 degree centigrade, is converted into 1 gram of steam at 100 degree centigrade, absorbs that amount of heat, 2.26 into 10 to the power 6 joule. Now the same type of question, like ice and water, it is the steam and ice, steam and water. Why does steam at 100 degree centigrade cause more injury than water at 100 degree centigrade? When water converted into steam, it absorbs latent heat. According to the CGS process, every gram of steam, every gram of water absorbs this amount of 540 calorie heat to convert into steam. That means steam contains 540 calorie more amount of heat than the water at 100 degree centigrade. As steam contains more amount of heat energy, must be it burns more than water. Now the graphical representation, already we know about that graphical representation. Here the ice is converted into vapor. The 0 degree centigrade ice, when heat is given, then it will be melted, start melted, and then when the melting completed, then the temperature of water, total ice is converted into water, and then the water temperature of water gradually increases, and when its temperature rises to reaches to 100 degrees centigrade, then the water is starts to convert it into vapor. That means boiling starts. Then time is going on and the water converted into vapor, and at that point total water is converted into vapor. So after that the temperature of the vapor again starts to increase. Here this is the state change, and here the state change. It is the state change of fusion and it is the state change of vaporization. We know that the state change specific latent heat of fusion of ice is 80 calorie per gram, whereas specific latent heat of vaporization of water is 540 calorie per gram. That means it is more than this is. So when you draw this graph, must be this portion will be bigger than this portion, because here the latent heat is 80 calorie per gram, here the latent heat is 540 calorie per gram, so it will be bigger size than that of that. Okay, thank you.